fangirl. I don't know, the age gap is really getting me. That's my baby, that's Nesta.
And my vantage point in the crook of a tree branch.
This is like a big moment for me, actually. Hello guys! On this sacred day, which is Saturday, June 28th, it is time to officially start our 6th annual acotar reread. I need a ceremonial ribbon to cut. Once this is lit, the reread era of 2025 will have begun. This lighter's running out of juice. I didn't trim the wick. I never do. So this is also the start of a new format I'm doing for BookTube, which is just one book per video. And I'm doing this for a few reasons, but the main one is with the intention to slow down and soak in a story more, because I've noticed even when I'm reading a 5-star book, I feel this pressure to just finish it and get to the next, especially if I'm doing a video with like 3 different books in it. I feel like I need to speed through, get all my books read within a week, edit the video and post it. And I was just like, wait, I have free will. There are no rules, and I really want to take whatever book I'm reading and just do activities around it, fangirl around it, and just soak in fandom culture. For me, this might mean making a new character playlist. I should actually do that this week. That sounds so fun. Maybe making food or drinks that are either from the book or remind me of the book, matching my outfit to the book, going in nature and reading outside, just all of these activities that help me feel really present. This video will be special too because I'm gonna go up to Snowbird and read a lot, which is the place where I first fell in love with this series. I think I'm gonna get the Elizabeth Evans audiobook. It just came out. It's perfect timing. I'm gonna buy that and it'll feel like Aylin is reading me a bedtime story.
Elizabeth Evans.
Chapter 1.
No.
The forest had become a labyrinth of snow and ice, and my vantage point in the crook of a tree branch had turned useless.
This is like a big moment for me, actually. I have chills on my shins. Clocking in for the first official A Court of Thorns and Roses reading update. This video will be full of spoilers, so if you have not read this, first of all, I'm so jealous of you. Maybe go read it, and if your heart desires it, then you can come back and finish the video. I cannot believe I bought a new water bottle just for my acotar prep video, and I shoved it in a cupboard so I wouldn't want to use it yet, and then I forgot about it, so it was not in my last video, but I must show you the water bottle of my life. I feel so hee-hee ha-ha silly fangirl with this because I'm like, do you think everyone who sees this recognizes the acotar colors immediately? Do you think if you saw this on the street, you would be like, that girl loves acotar? Because that's what I'm going for. I'm on chapter 17. I'm about 150 pages in. I was a little nervous for this reread, even though it's the 6th time I've read this book. And that is because I feel like the mainstream view of this series has changed so much even within the past year. Not only that, but with my own personal taste, I have read such different books than I've ever read before, and I've really challenged myself in high fantasy, and I've read books with more intense world building, so I was nervous to go back to a series that is known and loved for being very accessible and just perfect for stepping into fantasy. I guess I just didn't know if the writing would hit the way it always has. Didn't need to overthink. It's hitting so hard. There is one thing, however. There is one writing device that Sarah J. Maas uses that I haven't noticed before, but this time it's getting on my nerves, and I feel bad saying that. I'm just gonna tell you what she does, and I'll say it and you'll remember. So she'll be like, dead. I should be dead for what I did. Hungry. I was so hungry. Dark. The night was so dark. I think that format packs a punch. It's so good. However, I feel like it needs to happen less because once I noticed it, it was like every other page. While I think that Throne of Glass is the superior series when it comes to world building and plot devices and just the intricacies of it all, I think this book is just glowing with heart and soul. Feyre's heart and soul is bleeding off the page with every word. It honestly has made me emotional multiple times, as has seeing the lines that I have chosen to annotate, because I'm remembering the exact moments I marked up certain lines and what I was going through, and it just takes me back, and it's just so beautiful. It makes me feel even more connected to this story. I love feeling the fairy tale influences that Sarah J Maas puts into her books. In the beginning of Throne of Glass, you get this sort of Cinderella vibe, and I know she said when she started writing that series, it was supposed to be about Cinderella, except she's an assassin and she wants to kill the prince instead of marrying the prince. And I feel like with this one, we get Beauty and the Beast vibes, but also we get that aspect of Nesta and Elaine being sort of like the wicked stepsisters from Cinderella, which is crazy because this is the Nesta and Elaine that we know and love. Like, that's my baby, that's Nesta. That's my girl. I know that Nesta is meant to be and is very nasty in the beginning of this book, but since we have her story more fleshed out, I can't help but hyperfixate a little bit more on Elaine. She is such a question mark to me, and I think she's supposed to be that. We are told so many times throughout this series who Elaine is by other people, to the point where I think it's a little bit unsettling because I just want to see who she is from her, but we've never had her POV. I'm at the point where I'm like, I genuinely don't know where we're going with her. Could it be bad? Could it be good? It's just so up in the air. I'm sure we'll talk about her more as I continue to read the series since she's barely been in it so far. Another update, poor Feyre. She thinks fairies can't lie this whole time. She just found out that they can lie. Why is Tamlin treating her with such angst? Just do what needs to be done. Okay, you're gonna fall for her, she's gonna fall for you. You might as well stop being so tortured about it. Biggest question of this entire book, why Tamlin when Lucien is right there and they have such banter, such chemistry? Like, if it was me, I'm looking at the redhead. I'm looking at the foxy redhead. I'm like getting the ick for the blonde. Speaking of Lucien, book one, I'm gonna say Lucien and Lucien because I used to say Lucien and I know that's wrong, so I'm trying to overcorrect. He's so spicy and witty. It is crazy going from the version of him that is in Silver Flames, which I read in January, to the version of him that is in this book. He has lost his spark. It's sad. I want him to get his spark back. I want him to be funny and kind of borderline mean and spicy again. As for Tamlin, he's just getting on my nerves. He's like a piece of bread, like a piece of spinach in human form. He's like a cardboard cutout of a man. In fact, I was thinking he reminds me of just human men from our world. As you saw, I did go to Snowbird today. It was lovely. It was so fun. Actually, there was a middle-aged man right in my line of sight who was reading Akabor. Based on where he was at in Akabor, he is in the war chapters. So I hope he's doing okay. He was there with his wife and his daughter who was like in her early 20s. So I'm guessing she told him to read it. Get it? Under the mountain. We're on chapter 35 and we are under the mountain. Things are getting very serious. So much has happened since my last update, so we're gonna rapid fire all of my thoughts and then we're gonna finish this book today. I just need to. I'm in the final stretch. I don't want to take a break. I want to finish it. As you have seen, I've been to Snowbird twice since starting this and I am 2 for 2 with seeing people up there reading this series. First time was the middle-aged man, so I did not approach him. But yesterday I went to the store in the Cliff to get a snack. The cashier at the store had Akamath half open and she was just binging it. And I was like, I love that series. And she was like, I'm on my 3rd reread. This is my favorite series ever. And then we giggled together and we fangirled and I showed her my Climb the Mountain tattoo and it just made my heart so happy. I love seeing book girlies in the wild. Oh, I'm in an adrenaline state right now that I can smell the candle and we're giving updates. So here they are. I miss Azriel. I miss him so much. He is one of the hearts and souls of this series to me. Nesta, Azriel, and Gwen are my 3 favorite acotar characters and I can't wait for Akamath. Lucien saying, cauldron boil me, cauldron boil and fry me is everything. I love how fantasy books come up with their own swear words, but just like cauldron boil and fry me. The juxtaposition between Feyre Tamlin and Lucien playing at found family, knowing that we're actually going to get real found family in the next book is crazy. It really does feel like they're just playing these roles and it's not clicking. I remember my first reread, I thought it was clicking. I was maybe a little bored. I wouldn't say like Feyre and Tamlin were my OTP, but I was like, yeah, they seem like they like each other. But now reading back, I'm like, this is so fake. He just wants her to be a trad wife so bad. Feyre goes home. We get more Nesta, we get more Elaine. Oh my gosh! Nesta hired the mercenary to go after Feyre and she was unsuccessful, but she didn't believe all of this nonsense that Elaine and their father are believing, which is honestly like so icky. They just really believe that everything worked out for them, but Nesta knows the truth, and I'm just curious how people can hate Nesta. Because I know at the beginning she's nasty and evil to Feyre, but even by the end of this book, we get such a redemption. I've read Calamai, Rhys is now in the story, and do you know what? He's literally the worst. He is being so cruel. He calls her a human whore and he says she's the rabble. And I'm realizing, oh no, okay, wait, this is enemies to lovers without insta-lust. This is actually good because we should hate him in the beginning. We shouldn't ship them right away, which is why I've gotten a little burnt out with a lot of romantasy books. So I was like, oh, okay, I like this. More than ever on this reread, I'm getting quite icked out over the age gap. I'm 28. The thought of dating a 19-year-old, that's a child. And you're telling me that these 300 to 500-year-old men have no issue with dating a teenager? That's weird. Like, why couldn't Feyre be 21 to 25? I don't know. The age gap is really, really getting me. I don't know how to phrase this because it does seem blasphemous, but I don't mean it that way. But this is the first time I'm reading this series and it's shifted categories from like god tier literature to hee hee ha ha nostalgia tattooed on my soul book, which is kind of how I view Shadowhunters. It's not the book I'm gonna say is like the best writing I've ever read in my entire life, but it is perfect to me and it is special to me. So now we're under the mountain. It's getting real. Tamlin is so apathetic to the point where Feyre thinks he's cursed. He's not. He's just a loser. But also, I forgot how the pacing is. So this is how much I've read, and you're telling me all of the trials and everything happens in this short period of time. This week I've been thinking a lot about Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley because it is also a fae book with trials, but I've been warning people when I post about it that the pacing can be slow. However, compared to acotar, pacing is so fast. The trials are over the entire book, not just the last 100 pages. I don't know that this book is getting the hype it deserves because people are a little tired of the fae storyline, but I am recommending it with my whole body and soul. Also, it's not insta-lust. I didn't know who the love interest was until like 70% through. I'm gonna put on the audiobook and try to annotate while I listen. I don't know if my brain can stretch that way. If not, I'll just lock in, but let's finish this. Finished this yesterday. Honestly, I was kind of having a weird mental health day, so I don't know that I was fully in the story because I was kind of in my own mind. Normally, I'm able to just know Tamlin is temporary and I'm just like, fine, I'm just in it for Feyre. But this reread, he was killing me. Every single thing he did was icking me out so bad. It's insane how much this series changes and evolves, and you have to trust the process. I definitely want to read Akamath this summer. I want to keep going to Snowbird, do the whole thing, but I don't know that I'm going to read it right away. I might try to like make my reread stretch throughout August. I'm still giving this a 5-star because nostalgia forever and I love watching Feyre and her journey, but this time I'm very eager to get to Akamath. Normally with the first book, I'm just like, we're vibing. No, I need to not be at the spring court anymore. So we'll see when I read that, but as for today, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.